Good evening, everyone. Now today we are going to start plane, the plane. Okay, right. The plane. So basics which are required for our planes, we have discussed in last two classes. In first class, we have discussed about direction cosines. In next class, we have discussed about the direction ratios. Now we are going to start our actual syllabus, that is the plane. Of course, that ideas of direction cosines and the direction ratios are useful in the study of planes, lines, spheres in everywhere. So anyhow, that basics are very important for us. So now we are going to define a plane. So according to the definition, plane is nothing but simply if you take any 2 points on it, if you take any 2 points on it whose line joining completely lies in that plane, it's in that surface itself. That means a plane is a surface such that if any 2 points on it's taken, then the line joining them lies in that surface only. Such surface is said to be plane. So now standard form of the plane is standard form of the plane equation. Standard form of the plane equation, or you may call it as a general form, right? So general form of the plane equation is nothing but simply ax plus by plus cz plus d equals to 0. So this is the equation of the plane in general form, right? So in general, the plane equation is a first degree equation in x, y, z, which represents a plane. So here, in the case of general form, if you take a plane like this, now this is my plane, right? This is my plane. So when we are writing in general form, in such case, this coefficients of x, y, z, they represents the normal to the direction. ఏమంటారండి?
స్క్రీన్ మీద ఏమీ కనిపించట్లేదు సార్.
రైట్ నాగయ్య సార్?
సార్ కనబడుతుంది సార్, విజిబుల్ సార్. వాళ్ళకి టెక్నికల్ ఇష్యూ ఉన్నట్టుంది.
వాట్ అబౌట్ అదర్స్? Is it visible? My whiteboard is visible.
Yes, sir, visible, sir. Full visible.
Yes, sir, visible.
Yes, sir, visible.
Again, try to log rejoin.
Okay, done.
Right, thank you. Okay, this is my plane equation. This whole thing for which equation is ax plus by plus cz plus d is equals to 0. So whenever we are writing plane equation, coefficients A, B, C represent the direction ratios of the normal to the plane. Right? That is very important property and fundamental property. Right. Now we are going to write its 1-point form of the plane. Right. So 1-point form. 1-point form. 1-point form of the plane equation. When we are given a plane, in that we are given only 1 point, right? Some 1 point which is given as x1, y1, z1. That only 1 point is given. Then the equation of the any plane passing through 1 point x1, y1, z1 is a into x minus x1 plus b into y minus y1 plus c into z minus z1 is equals to 0. So here again same idea is same. Here capital A, capital B, capital C, nothing but they are the direction ratios of the normal to the plane. Sorry. Right. So anyhow, here this is the equation of the plane when we are given only one point, right? So now another point is intercept form. Another form is the intercept form of the plane equation. My intercept form is simply when we are given a plane, right? When we are given a plane, 1 minute, right? So in the case of intercept form, structure is equation form is this one: x by a plus y by b plus z by c is equals to 1. Don't confuse here. This is also equation of the plane only, but the thing is in the denominator we have a, b, c, which are nothing but intercepts. X intercept is a, right? X intercept a is nothing but a is nothing but x intercept. A is x intercept. B is nothing but y intercept. C is nothing but z intercept. Right? Here, in the case of intercept form, we have to understand one thing. What is meant by intercepts? Right? So for this idea is simple. When we have a plane like this, when we have three coordinate systems like this, in such case, I have some plane which intersects three coordinate axes like this, right? So when it intercepts x-axis at some point, then whose distance from origin is nothing but a units. I'm supposing that distance from origin to the point where that plane intersects x-axis is a units. Similarly, b is small b is nothing but a y-intercept, which is nothing but simply that is the distance from the origin to the point where your plane cuts the y-axis. Similarly, c-intercept doesn't mean that that is the distance from the origin to the point where your plane cuts the z-axis. I am supposing this is my z-axis, this is my y-axis, and this is my x-axis. Okay, so here whenever we are writing in intercept form, the denominators are nothing but intercepts, which means that your plane cuts x-axis at some point. So from origin to that point, distance is a units. From origin to that point where your plane cuts the y-axis, that point to origin distance is b. Similarly, origin to the point where your plane cuts z-axis is nothing but a c. So this is the meaning of intercept. This is very, very important. If you are clear with this basic definition, then you can solve the problems under this, right? Okay, now I'm going to take a reduction of the general form into intercept form, right? So reduction of the general form, reduction of the general form into intercept form. Here, what is the general form of the plane equation, right? So what is the general form? General form is known to us. General form is ax plus by. This is the general form of the plane equation, right? Is ax plus by plus cz plus d equals to 0. Now to convert this one into intercept form, idea is simple, right? Bring this d to RHS, which is minus d, and divide whole thing with the minus d, right? Minus d. Then we will get it as x by minus d by a plus y by minus d by b plus z by minus c by d is equals to 1. So this is the way to represent the to convert the general equation of the plane into intercept form. We know that this is nothing but your intercept form, right? Which is known as what? This is known as your intercept form. Intercept form of the plane equation, right? Right. Now, we are going to take one problem. Right. Now, question is, right, sorry, the color is not clear. Right. Does the point 4 comma minus 6 comma 0 lies on the plane which intercepts the positive XYZ axis. Positive XYZ axis at a distance 2 comma 3 comma 5 units, at a distance 2 comma 3 comma 5 units respectively. This is the question we are doing. Solution for the problem. Does the point 4 minus 6 0 lies on the plane which intercepts the positive x-axis, y-axis, z-axis at a distance of 2, 3, 5 units respectively? So here, if you go with the diagram, you can understand the thing that this is our plane which cuts the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, and we are given that our plane cuts the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, particularly x-axis intercept is given as a 2, y-axis intercept is given as 3, but z-axis intercept is given as a 5. Means origin to this point distance is nothing but 2 units. Origin to this point distance is 3 units. Origin to this point of intersection on z-axis distance is 5 units. Therefore, just now I gave the formula for the plane when intercepts are known. So what is the equation of the plane? What is the plane equation according to this? Plane equation is x by 2 plus y by 3 plus z by 5 is equals to 1. Now, we to verify that whether this point 4 minus 6 0 lies in this plane equation or not. So to verify this simple idea is simple. We to substitute. If this point lies in the plane, lies in such plane, then it should be gives equals to 0. So here I am trying to substitute this 4 minus 6 0, right? So when I'm substituting this one in 1, right? Therefore, which gives us 4 by 3 plus minus 6 by 3 plus 0 by 5, right? Which is equals to what? Which is equals to 1, right? Right? Right, 4 minus 2, so minus 2 by, right? However, is this equals to 1 or right? Sorry. However, my aim is which is not equals to 0. Okay. Therefore, what is the conclusion I can conclude? We can conclude. Therefore, 4 minus 6 0 does not lies on that in the given plane or on that plane, right? On the plane. So this is the answer for this problem, right? So now, right. So now we are going to take one observation. I'm going to read it. A variable plane moves so that the sum of the positive reciprocals of its intercepts. Positive reciprocals of the intercepts means what? Your plane equation is x by a plus y by b plus z by c equals to 1. Therefore, intercepts are a, b, c. whose reciprocals are what? 1 by A, 1 by B, 1 by C, whose sum is nothing but 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C equals to, right? We are given it is equals to some constant. So without loss of generality, I will suppose such a constant as, right? We are given that your plane equation is this, and x by A plus y by B plus z by C equals to 1. Right? Of course, I am reading question and explaining here, answer also. Right? What is our question is, a variable plane moves so that the sum of the positive reciprocals of the intercepts. ఇక్కడ intercepts ఏమవుతాయి చెప్పండి? Intercepts are what? Intercepts are A, B, C. Reciprocals of the intercepts are what? Reciprocals of the intercepts, right? Means nothing but 1 by A, comma 1 by B, comma 1 by C. So according to this, sum of the reciprocals, right? Sum of the reciprocals of this is nothing but what? 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C is equals to some constant we are given. So this constant I am supposing as some, you may suppose it as K, but here already LHS structure is in terms of 1 by. That is the reason I am supposing my constant also in the form of some 1 by K, where particularly K is not equal 0, because constant can be assumed in any manner. But in particular, according to this, I am supposing. Otherwise, you may suppose it as some K, no problem only. Right. So now here, by multiplying both sides with K, what I will get? K by A plus K by B plus K by C. So which implies, what is your point here? X, Y, Z is nothing but what? K, K, K. So what is our question is, now once again I am going back to my question. This is nothing but my fixed point. X, in place of X, Y, Z, I have X, Y, Z as a K, K, K. Otherwise, if you take instead of 1 by K, if you take K, here you will get 1 by K. That is only the difference. So question now, again I'm going back to the question. A variable plane moves so that the sum of positive reciprocals of its intercepts on the coordinates axis is constant. Then show that it passes through a fixed point. అంటే అట్లాంటి plane అనేది ఒక ఫిక్స్డ్ పాయింట్ గుండా వెళ్తుంది అంటున్నాడు. ఫర్ దిస్ ఇస్ ది ఐడియా, రైట్? ఓకే, జస్ట్ దిస్ ప్రాపర్టీ ఈజ్ ఎనఫ్ ఫర్ అస్. ప్రాపర్టీ అనేది ఒక ఐడియా ఉంచుకుంటే చాలా. ఏ వేరియబుల్ ప్లేన్ మూవ్స్ సో దట్ ది సమ్ ఆఫ్ రెసిప్రోకల్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్స్ ఇంటర్సెప్ట్స్ ఆన్ ది 3 coordinate axis is constant, then such a plane always passes through the fixed point because of this reason, right? Okay, so now my next problem is, and this also one important, you may treat it as some property. I'm not going to write in detail, right? So question is, a variable plane, of course you may treat it as some properties otherwise, right? A variable plane passes through a fixed point, right? A variable plane passes through a fixed point A comma B comma C, and meet the coordinate axis, coordinate axis at A, B, C. Meet the coordinate axis at A, B, C, right? Then the locus of a point, locus of such point, I mean locus of a point, of the point common to the planes through A comma B comma C, parallel to the coordinate planes అండి. కోఆర్డినేట్ ప్లేన్స్ అంటే మనకు తెలుసు అండి, xy plane, yz plane, xz plane is a by x plus b by y plus c by z is equals to 1. Just keep this as a one property, that is enough for us. Right. Next property is చూడండి అర్థమవుతుంది డయాగ్రమ్ లేదు. Right. Now a plane meets coordinate axis at ABC such that centroid of ABC is small ABC. Right. Our next property is a plane meets the coordinate axis at A comma B comma C such that the centroid of triangle ABC is small a, small b, small c. Then the equation of the plane is x by a plus y by b. Very important property అనేది z by c is equals to 3. Very important property. Right. సో ఇక్కడ ఒక ప్లేన్ అనేది 3 కోఆర్డినేట్ యాక్సిస్ ని ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ చేస్తుంది. అంటే ప్లేన్ తీసుకున్నాము. దిస్ ఈజ్ మై ప్లేన్. ఆ 3 కోఆర్డినేట్ యాక్సిస్ ని ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ చేస్తుంది. ఎక్కడ అంటున్నాం? కోఆర్డినేట్ యాక్సిస్ ప్లేన్ మీన్స్ కోఆర్డినేట్ యాక్సిస్ ఎట్ ABC. రైట్. సచ్ దట్ ABC అన్నప్పుడు అదొక ట్రయాంగిల్ లాగా చూసామనుకోండి. ఓన్లీ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు దట్ 3 పాయింట్స్ ఇఫ్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్ దిస్ ట్రయాంగిల్. రైట్. Right. Shiva, you can ask me later, right? First I'm going, right? Shiva raised the hand. Right. So now we are given that our plane meets the coordinate axis at 3 points capital A comma capital B comma capital C, such that we are also given that centroid of this 3 points, only 3 points ni చూసినప్పుడు ఒక ట్రయాంగిల్ లాగా చూడండి. అప్పుడు దాని యొక్క సెంట్రాయిడ్ అంటుంది. దట్ సెంట్రాయిడ్ ఈజ్ గివెన్ యాజ్ a small a, small b, small c. Centroid is given as a small a, small b, small c. So here that is denoted by G, of course, centroid. So whenever we have this type of hypothesis, then the equation of such plane అంటే ఆ ABC 3 points గుండా ఒక ప్లేన్ ఉంది కదా, ఆ ప్లేన్ ఏదైతే ఉందో such plane equation is always the plane which passes through this 3 points, right? ఈ 3 points గుండా వెళ్ళే ప్లేన్ ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో ఆ ప్లేన్ ఈక్వేషన్ అంటే ఎప్పుడైనా కూడా ఏమవుతుంది అంటుండో this one, right? Is this clear? So whenever coordinate axis intersect అండి at capital A, capital B, capital C, and its centroid is small ABC, then equation of such a plane is which passes through these 3 points capital A, capital B, capital C is always x by A plus y by B plus z by C equals to 3. Very important, right? Now I'm going to take one problem, right? A plane meets coordinate axis same andi, right? Problem is problem only. Otherwise here only I am putting my problem, right? A plane meets coordinate same thing, right? Plane meets coordinate axis at A, B, C such that the centroid ఇచ్చాడండి. Centroid is given as 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Then find the equation of the plane. Then plane equation. Plane equation అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఫార్ములా ప్రకారం అకార్డింగ్ టు దిస్ ఫార్ములా x by 1 by 3 plus y by 1 by 3 plus z by 1 by 3 is equals to what? 3. Okay. Right. Shivakumar, you are right. So, which implies what? On simplifying this, you will get it as a 3x plus 3y plus 3z equals to 3, which implies x plus y plus z is equals to 1. So, this is the equation of the plane, right? So, with respect to this, better to treat this as a formula for us. And దీని ఒక ఫార్ములా లాగా ట్రీట్ చేయండి కొద్దిగా, రైట్? 3 కోఆర్డినేట్ యాక్సిస్ ని ఏబిసి అనే 3 పాయింట్స్ వద్ద ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు దాని సెంట్రాయిడ్ ఒకవేళ నీకు తెలిస్తే స్మాల్ ఏబిసి, అప్పుడు డైరెక్ట్ గా ప్లేన్ ఈక్వేషన్ వచ్చేసి ఎక్స్ బై ఏ ప్లస్ వై బై బి ప్లస్ జెడ్ బై సి ఈక్వల్స్ టు 1. ఇక్కడ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ కాకండి, అది సెంట్రాయిడ్ అనేది స్మాల్ ఏబిసి అయినంత మాత్రాన ఇప్పుడు వి కాంట్ రైట్ దిస్ వాల్యూ యాజ్ ఏ, ఇది తప్పు అండి, ఇట్లా రాయకూడదు. అంటే ఆరిజిన్ నుంచి ఏకున్న డిస్టెన్స్ ఏ అని అనుకోవడం తప్పండి, దట్ ఈస్ రాంగ్, రైట్? డోంట్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ విత్ దట్ స్మాల్ ఏ. దట్ స్మాల్ ఏ ఈజ్ ద సెంట్రాయిడ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ట్రయాంగిల్ ఏబిసి అవుతే అప్పుడు ఆ ప్లేన్ ఈక్వేషన్ దాని ప్రూఫ్స్ ఉన్నాయి మనకు, బట్ వీఆర్ నాట్ గోయింగ్ విత్ దట్ ప్రూఫ్స్, రైట్? ఓకే, రైట్. Same idea, we are given another problem, right? Problem is same as like this, and the centroid problem is same as above, right? Same problem, same as above, right? And centroid is given as centroid of triangle ABC is given as 1 comma 1 by 2 comma minus 1 by 3, right? So same ఇంతకుముందుకు అప్పుడు then plane equation or equation of the such plane formula ఏంటి? x by a plus y by, these are nothing but what? Small a, small b, small c in that formula. So x by a, y by 1 by 2 plus z by minus 1 by 3 is equals to what? 3. అండి ఇక్కడ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతారు మీరు, మనకు అలవాటు ఉంటుంది ఈక్వల్స్ టు 1 అని, అది కొద్దిగా మీరు హ్యాబిచువేట్ చేసుకోవాలి, ఎక్కడ 1 ఎక్కడ 3 అనేది. సో ఆన్ సింప్లిఫైయింగ్ దిస్ యూ విల్ గెట్ ఇట్ యాజ్ x plus 2y minus 3z is equals to 3. So this is nothing but required plane equation is this. Okay, right. So this is about plane. So far we have discussed about general form of the plane equation, right? Then one point form of the plane equation and intercept form. 3 forms discuss చేసామండి. General form అంటే ax plus by plus cz plus d equals 0, right? This is nothing but your general form, right? This is nothing but your general form. Whereas in one point form is plane equation is this, right? A into capital A into capital A బదులు ఇంకా ఏదో పెట్టుకోండి మీ ఇష్టం, right? So intercept form వచ్చేసి small x, I mean x by small a plus y by small b plus 3 forms discuss చేసాం. General form, one point form, intercept form. Now we are going to take another form that is known as a normal form of the plane equation, right? Normal form of the plane equation, right? So now normal form of the plane equation, right? So here Lx plus my plus nz, Lx plus, right? Lx, right. Lx plus my plus nz is equals to p, right? So here p is the, I mean this is a standard of normal, we can treat it as a normal form of the plane equation. Normal form of the plane equation is this one, right? So here where your p is nothing but perpendicular distance, P is nothing but perpendicular distance of the origin to the plane, right? From the origin to the plane. From the origin to the plane. అంటే ఆరిజిన్ నుంచి ప్లేన్ కు ఉన్నటువంటి డిస్టెన్స్ ని పర్పెండిక్యులర్ డిస్టెన్స్ అంటున్నాం, రైట్? అండ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఆర్ నథింగ్ బట్ వాట్? డైరెక్షన్ కోసైన్స్, రైట్? సో హియర్ యూ కెన్ అబ్జర్వ్ దట్ దిస్ ఈజ్ యువర్ ప్లేన్, రైట్? ఇట్లా ఒక ప్లేన్ ఉందనుకోండి. ఈ ఆరిజిన్ నుంచి ఫ్రమ్ ఆరిజిన్ టు దిస్ ప్లేన్ ఏదైతే ఉందో ఆ డిస్టెన్స్ వచ్చేసి స్మాల్ p అండి. ఓకే, రైట్. So of course here element are nothing but direction cosines of OP. I mean that origin నుంచి అక్కడికి ఒక లైన్ వస్తుంది కదా, right? So which are nothing but direction cosines, which represents it. Now I'm going to write a note. Note is the normal form also can be expressed as another representation for normal form, another form of normal form, right? Another way of normal form, another representation for normal form, right? Right, another normal form, another representation for normal form is, since elements nothing but which are the direction cosines, that is the reason I may write it as a cos alpha into x plus cos beta into y plus cos gamma into z equals to p. Of course, since p is always a distance, that is why your p is always positive only. P always positive only because it is a distance value, right? So here, whenever we have a normal form, right? What is your normal form for the plane equation? Normal form for the plane equation is Lx plus my plus nz equals to p. So in this case, elements are direction cosines. That is the reason which always satisfies this condition. What first condition is L square plus m square plus n square is equals to 1, right? And of course, second condition is this p is always positive. I mean, that is always positive. I mean, RHS expression. The constant term of the RHS right hand side is always positive, right? So now when we are given a general form, I'm going to take a reduction of general form into normal form. I think, okay, reduction of general form into normal form. Okay, so here general form is what? Your general form is always ax plus b. General form of what? General form of the plane అండి. డిస్కషన్ అంతా కూడా ప్లేన్ లోనే ఉన్నామండి. ax plus by plus cz plus d equals to 0. This is nothing but the equation of the plane in general form. Now the question is, two cases arise. First case is where if your d, now my d may be positive or my d may be negative, right? If my d is negative, in such case I have to express ax plus by plus cz is equals to d. Therefore I can write it as I'm dividing both sides with, I can write it as I'm dividing both sides with the root over a square plus b square plus c square into x plus b by root over a square plus b square plus c square into y plus c by root over same thing, right? Into z is equals to d by root over same thing, right? So that is nothing but a by this whole thing is nothing but I can call it as a L X plus M Y plus N Z, right, is equals to some P, where your P is nothing but perpendicular distance from the origin to the plane, that is obtained by this formula. Okay, so this is the normal form when your D is negative. Now, when my D is positive, right, case 2 is if my D is positive, right? So in such case, I can write the given equation as minus AX minus BY. I mean, keep same D on same side, but bring AX, BY, CZ to RHS. Then they becomes minus AX minus BY minus CZ is equals to D. D ని అక్కడ ఉంచేసి ఇవన్నీ రైట్ సైడ్ తీసుకెళ్ళండి. Then it takes this form, which is nothing but what? Minus A by root over A square plus B square plus C square. I'm dividing with this quantity and for every term, right? So B by root over same quantity into Y plus minus C by root over same quantity into Z. And this is Z and Z is equals to D by root over same quantity, right? So now this is nothing but my L X. This is nothing but your L. Similarly, M is nothing but minus of that whole thing. M Y plus N Z is equals to P, right? So only thing is when your D is negative, LMN formulas are this. D negative అయితే LMN formula ఇలా ఉంటుంది. D positive అయితే your LMN formulas are like this, minus A by. That is only the difference, right? So now I'm going to take one problem. All right. So here, right. Find the equation of the plane, right? Problem. Find the find the
అది ఉండని పాప ఫోన్ నుంచి మాట్లాడు ఒకసారి. ఏమైనా మమ్మీ
మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి, ఎవరు మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. Please mute. Right. Find the equation of the plane. Find the equation of the plane passes through 2 comma minus 3 comma 1, passes through 2 comma minus 3 comma 1 and perpendicular to the line joining. ఇలాంటి ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేయొచ్చండి. లైన్ జాయినింగ్ పాయింట్స్ 3 comma 4 comma, right, 3 comma 4 comma minus 1 and 2 minus 1 5. Okay, so find the equation of the plane passes through this point and perpendicular to the line joining these 2 points. So first thing is solution, right? So what is here? We to find the equation of the plane which passes through this. The plane, మన required plane ఎట్లా ఉందంటే, this is my plane, right? ఈ plane లో ఒక పాయింట్ ఉంది. ఏమిచ్చాడు? పాయింట్ వచ్చేసి 2 minus 3 1. This is a point lies in this plane, and this plane is perpendicular to the line joining. Our required plane is perpendicular. ఇట్లా ఉంది. ఈ పర్పెండిక్యులర్ ఏదైతే ఉందో దీని మీద 2 పాయింట్స్ ఇచ్చాడు. ఇది ఆ పర్పెండిక్యులర్ ఉండేటువంటిది నథింగ్ బట్ వాట్ నార్మల్ అవుతుంది, రైట్? అది వచ్చేసి దాని మీద 2 పాయింట్స్ 3 4 minus 1 అంటున్నాడు. అనదర్ పాయింట్ ఈజ్ 2 minus 1, 5. Right? So now we are given that our aim is to find the plane equation which passes through one point and which is perpendicular to the line which is joined by the given 2 points, right? So from this we can understand the thing that we can calculate direction ratios of this perpendicular line. ఇక్కడ ఈ perpendicular line యొక్క direction ratios calculate చేయొచ్చు. If I suppose this 2 points as some P, the Q1 అనుకోండి, right? What about direction ratios of PQ? Direction ratios of PQ formula తెలుసు కదండి, right? X2 minus X1, Y2 minus Y1, Z2 minus Z1. If I use that, right, 2 minus 3, which is minus 1, minus 1 minus 4, which is minus 5, and 5 minus of minus 1, 6. Otherwise, you may write it as 1 comma 5 comma minus 6. ఎట్లా అయినా represent చేయొచ్చు, right? So now here what is the equation of the plane, right? Equation of the plane is what? Equation of the plane is what? Which passes through equation of the plane through the point 2 minus 3, 1 is a into x minus 2 plus b into y minus of minus, that is 3, plus c into z minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, right? But this is nothing but a required plane అండి. ఇక్కడ నీకు ఈ ప్లేన్ కి 1 పాయింట్ ఫామ్ లో వెళ్ళినప్పుడు what are your direction ratios? Your direction ratios are this A, B, C. These are the direction ratios for the normal to the plane. అంటే ఈ ప్లేన్ కి ఇట్లా ఒక నార్మల్ ఉంటుంది, రైట్? ఈ ప్లేన్ కి ఇట్లా ఒక నార్మల్ ఉంటుంది, దాని యొక్క డిఆర్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి కదా, రైట్? లేదంటే ఇక్కడ ఆల్రెడీ ఇచ్చిన లైన్ కూడా పర్పెండిక్యులర్ అంటే అది కూడా నార్మలే, రైట్? సో ఇక్కడ ఈ స్టాండర్డ్ ఫామ్ లో డిఆర్స్ వచ్చేసి ఏబిసి అండి. ఇక్కడ డిఆర్స్ వచ్చేసి ఏబిసి అయితే డిఆర్స్ ఆఫ్ వాట్? డిఆర్స్ ఆఫ్ నార్మల్. డిఆర్స్ ఆఫ్ నార్మల్ వచ్చేసి ఏమవుతున్నాయి? ఏబిసి. బట్ ఇక్కడ పర్పెండిక్యులర్ అంటున్నాడు. పర్పెండిక్యులర్ అంటే పీక్యూ ఇస్ వాట్? యువర్ పీక్యూ ఇస్ ఆల్సో పర్పెండిక్యులర్ అంటున్నాడు. అంటే నథింగ్ బట్ వాట్? నార్మల్. సో పీక్యూ డైరెక్షన్ రేషియోస్ ఏమో 1, 5 మైనస్ 6 వచ్చాయి, రైట్? Whereas direction ratios of the normal in through 1 point form is ABC. But these two normals are parallel, right? That is why according to the parallel condition for the direction ratios, that A by 1 is same as, right? Since two normals are equal, parallel condition I am using, right? B by 5 equals to C by minus 6. From this, what we can understand? One thing we can understand that whenever these two lines are parallel, because they are the normals, so we should have this, because of parallel condition, I should have this. From this, what is the meaning of this one? Here, these ratios are equal. All these three ratios are equal antunnadu. Ante meaning endi? A by 1 అనే value is equals to B by 5, but that is also same as C by minus 6. Right? These three values are equal అంటున్నాడు, which means that what? Some equal value is there. అంటే ఈ మూడిటికి ఈక్వల్ అవుతున్నాయి అంటే ఏదో కొంత నెంబర్ ఉంటుంది కదా, some x, some k. I will call such number as a k. That equal value or equal ratio value ఏదైతే వస్తుందో, that value I will suppose as k. So which implies what? What is your A value is equals, by equating these two, A equals to K, right? I can write it as A equals to K, B is equals to 5K, C is equals to minus 6K. Okay? Right, now substitute this A, B, C values in equation 1. Equation 1 lo substitute చేద్దాం A, B, C values. చేస్తే ఏమవుతుందండి? k times of x minus 2, right, plus 5y plus 15, right, minus 6z plus 6 equals to 0, right? On simplifying this, I can write it as k times of x plus 5y minus 6z plus 19. I think it is plus 23 anukunta, I think. Right, 23, right, 15 plus 6, 21, 19 వస్తుంది కదండి. సమ్వేర్ ఏదో మిస్టేక్ జరిగి ఉంటుంది. బట్ యాక్చువల్గా -23 రావాలి. ఓకే, నేను ఒక వాల్యూ నేను ఇస్తాను. అది 19 23 అనేది చెక్ చేయండి. 19 బట్ ఇక్కడ పోయిన ఉంటుంది అది వాల్యూ. ఓకే, ఎనీహౌ 19 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు 0. సో విచ్ ఇంప్లాయిస్ వాట్? విచ్ ఇంప్లాయిస్ x plus 5y minus 6z plus 19 equals to 0. So this is the equation of a required plane, right? Okay, I think now it is 8:28 అండి. లేదంటే ఇది ఇంకొక మెథడ్ లో కూడా చేయొచ్చు సేమ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ని.